Okie dokie, welcome back to another vintage video. Today we're playing Dredge and we're in the Thursday challenge on the 21st of the month. It got delayed, which means I can play it because I'm home from work, and I've gone with a Dredge list with 3 vigors main instead of those silver smoke ghouls, 1 vigor post. This has opened up space for a couple of rav traps, a couple of more mind break traps, that sort of thing. Maybe I should keep the right number of them. So this is what we're going to run through the challenge, and the idea of the main deck vigors is it's just going to be a bit more of that interaction for those Raker Julie type matchups. Just see if we can get that classic Stone Rain off in game 1 and then use that tempo to win is going to be the idea there. And yeah, that's the deck. Only 6 main deck permission spells plus a misstep and a chalice. So we'll see if this is good or bad. Maybe I'm too threat light now for the current format. You got people like black decks on 4 silver smoke ghouls. I'm on 0. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. But I'm quite happy with the look of the list at the very least. I think you can cut thugs in like a quantity of 1 from the main deck as well to get playing with. There was the bit last year where, maybe it was before last year, let's not dwell too much on how long ago it was, where I was playing 1 sideboard shell quite frequently to bring in with my vigors. Obviously you can't do that if you're maining the vigors. So there is a bit of space to play, but yeah, black decks at the moment is winning a lot with 4 silver smoke ghouls. Beerus is almost always on 2. I've opted to go with 0, more from that Munchlax style of max interaction. So yeah, we're going to run this through a challenge and we'll see how the hell we do. I'll see you for round 1. September 21st, 2025, we have London Vintage 7. So if you are in the UK and you want to come and play some paper vintage, then scan that QR code just there on your screen, or in the description below there's a link to the event page, and I hope to see you there. Okie dokie nerds, round 1 of a vintage challenge. We are on the play against For Fun No Win. So let's hope that holds true. We're on Dredge. That's good. Dredge popped up as well. Bizarre 7, Hollow 1, Dece, yeah. Let's give this a keep, give it a spin. My microphone is on. Perfect stuff. So this is the delayed Thursday challenge starting at 7 PM, which meant I could get home from work and sign up. Let's go Icarid and 2 Dredgers. And then we will cast a Hollow 1 to lead. No lurrus from the opponent. Hollow 1 doesn't get countered, so let's hope the chalice gets through as well. I like to lead on the Hollow 1 because that can sometimes get the force of will out of them. This chalice has taken a bit longer and they do have the force of will. Okay. See what they pitch, see if that gives anything away. Fuck me dead, they pitched an Ancestral. How good is their hand? Well, okay, I guess that's that then. They pitched an Ancestral, so they're just going to be like heavy Moxen into a PO to lead, I guess. Or maybe like a quick Tinker. City of Traitors, so just dual shops. City into Soul Ring. Soul Ring makes a Trinisphere. Well, that's fine by me. Oh, maybe I actually wanted to... No, I can't do anything with a Noxious, right? Okay, fine. That's fine by me, because we're going to go over the top of this Icarid. We're going to dredge this Stinkweed Imp to start. And then a Golgari Thug. We hit a Chill. We'll ditch the Dredgers, obviously, and the Prized Amalgam. The Prized Amalgam's going to see this Narc come in. I say yes to a lot of these things. That's a lot of triggers. You love to see it. They're dead next turn by the looks. We just need to fade a Wandering, I guess. I need to eat something. That'll be a Shambling Shell. And then we'll go to our draw step, dredge a Stinkweed Imp. Miss on Chills. Attack for 7. I can't cast spells, Magic Online, come on. There's a Trinisphere in play. Opponent falls to less life points. Our amalgams pop into play, and then you'll go. Let's see what they can come with here. They've got 4 cards in hand. One of them looks like to be a one ring. Oh no, looks like it's just a jewel. So City of Traitors, Ancient Tomb, Coveted Jewel. Okay. They've only got 3 mana, right? And they can't produce more mana. It's really hard to do when there's a Trinisphere in play. And we win. Nice. So on the play, good hand. I want the vigor, because I'm playing 3 in the main today, and I want the negations and the traps. I think I can cut a couple of thugs. I guess I can cut a Noxious. And do I just drop the griefs on the draw? 2 griefs. What if I keep Noxious and... Yeah, keep Noxious, keep Thug. Drop 4 griefs. And now when we look at our deck, I've got 4 force, 3 traps, 3 negation, 1 misstep, 4 vigor. I'm not going to attack their hand, but I am going to attack their spells. I think I will keep the Chalice of the Void. Yeah, I think I will keep the Chalice of the Void. Not bringing in Sickening Shoals. They might have Hull Breachers, so I might end up giving them a couple of treasure, but I think that's perfectly acceptable, to be honest. And we get a mulligan for game 2 here. So now we find a Bazaar with a trap and a misstep. So we'll keep this. I'm going to bottom the Creeping Chill here, just to try and have it somewhere we know. So we know our bottom card is a Creeping Chill. That can come up at times. That's a Black Lotus. They crack the Lotus. Play a Time Walk. Okay. Now they play an Ancestral, which we misstep. My trap is online if they've got a force behind. Mishra's Workshop and pass. Okay. Let's see if they just go Workshop Duel, because that would be shit if they do. Island. Ring. Also bad. Also bad for us. Okay, that's fine. They immediately draw a card. And then they pass to us. At some point they might run into this trap, so we'll try and hold on to it. Play the Bazaar, give it a spin. Discard all the stuff that's obvious. Those black cards there. Cast a hollow one. Your go. And then we're definitely behind here, but we are going to be providing quite the clock quite quickly, I think. So turn 1 One Ring is quite powerful. They draw 2 here to go up to 6. This is their first spell of the day. So Grafdigger's Cage, I hate that for us. And a Time Vault. Ancient Tomb. And then they just pass the turn. So my Ichorids don't work. My Creeping Chill is at the very bottom of the deck. So I'm just going to dredge slowly. There's 1 Creeping Chill. Seems really unlikely that we're going to get anywhere this game. I'm going to hold off for a sec, because I do have the ability to try and draw into a Force of Will if I need to. Opponent just draws a bunch of cards. Cast a Pithing Needle. You're at 10. I think I just dredge. I think I just try and burn them out. I've got 2 chills. One's at the bottom. I could just try and draw cards for a force. But I think I'm just going to try and dredge into chills. I hit 1. I hit 1. Okay. So that's it from me, dog. Yeah. You've got a Pithing Needle. They named Bazaar of Baghdad. I wouldn't have hit a Force of Will. They've got a City of Traitors. They cast a Wormcoil Engine. I've got 1 chill left, is that right? I've got one chill that we don't know about. So, big dredge step here. They've got a cage, remember, so I can't do anything good. If we hit the chill, we win. We miss, so we probably die. Because I don't think I can deal 11 at this point. I don't actually need to deal 11, do I? You go to 8, some Mox Ruby. They have to attack, yeah. No blocks from me, sir. I go to 18, you go to 8. They need to produce a creature, which isn't hard to do when you've got all those metamorphs. They tap the workshop. They tap the city on the way out, playing a workshop. We roll out a mana crypt. It's just a big PO. Vexing Bauble. Do I care about Vexing Bauble? Probably not. So they're going to PO for a bunch here. Okay. Unlikely that we get another turn. I think we are dead. I think that Wormcoil engine just did enough. Yeah, I think I'm good. Okay. Because they're going to have protection. I can't activate my Bazaar. Blah, blah, blah. So on the play, I might consider Griefs again. I might trim a Thug. Trim an Amalgam. And trim a couple of Noxious. I think that's fine. That gives me quite an interactive suite of cards, right? It might make me a bit threat light as a problem, but it's all cool. We'll see how we do. Well, the mulligan to 5 isn't ideal to start with against Duel. Powder this. I don't know. I'm going to bottom a Chill and a Vigor. I'm going to keep those in my deck, and then I go to 4. Gross. And now still nothing. So keep the interaction in. And now we go to 3. Keep this. Bottom these 2 for sure. And this one. And this one. I don't love this, because this is just activate, play a hollow one. I do feel like I need to keep this misstep. What happens if I just keep the misstep so I can have a cage? So I can beat a cage or a needle? Or do I just play the hollow one? No, I'm gonna keep the misstep. Because they showed us cage and needle and they've kept on 7, so I think I have to try and keep my graveyard alive. I don't think a hollow one's going to go coast to coast against a 7-card dual hand. They've got both. Okay, so we probably just die here. Macrid triggers, but I don't want to do that. Back to them. And now we just sit here for 7 turns. Maybe draw a Vigor. Okay, no, they just had the world. Never mind. So it goes. Oh, I've got a Forcible now. That's quite tasty. You've got a Sapphire. And then PO for 3. No, thank you. The problem with this is I'm not getting anywhere. And they still have 3 cards in hand. I don't have any strip mines in my deck. My Icarid's not going to work. That's another Icarid. If I could draw a Grief, that might be nice. They just rolled up for infinite POs. Phyrexian Metamorph, copy the Monolith. And then they PO for 4. Okay. Cool stuff. We lose, get round 1. We go to round 2. We hope to win out from here. See you for round 2. Okay, then round 2, we're on the draw against Aliko. And we've got a banger 7. We are on the draw though, so that could be a problem. It's interesting here as to whether you want to, no lurrus, as to whether you want to pitch Amalgam or pitch the Force to the Force, right? I think I want to pitch Amalgam depending on what they do. Ancient Tomb. Chalice on 1. So that means they're prison shops, which means they've got wastelands, which means my Noxious are dead. But I do have a Golgari Grave Troll and a Golgari Thug. So if my Noxious are dead and they've got a wasteland, I'm very slow. But I might have 2 permission spells to play, so they're very slow. And who is slower, me or them? If I fight this and they go Lotus Trinosphere, Mana Crypt, Sphere of Resistance, I just kind of die. Maybe we just chill. You can have that, and I can have 2 forces. I think that sounds really good. So you've got a Chalice on 1, I've got a Shambling Shell. Let's activate this, find another Bizarro Baghdad, please. Very unlucky. Right. Do you discard Noxious Revival to save yourself from playing with it later? No, I don't think so. I think we discard the Shambling Shell. So I could discard the Noxious there and hold the Shambling Shell and just insulate myself against myself, you know? Inventor's Sphere is not a wasteland, but this does mean it's prison shops. Glaring Fleshraker is not resolving. So we'll pitch the Narcomoeba. That means I can't play tops. So Glaring Fleshraker is less scary than we once thought. I untap with a Bazaar of Baghdad, so that seems great. We're going to dredge a Grave Troll. And we're going to dredge a Stinkweed. We hit an Amalgam as well. 1 Amalgam, no Icarids, 1 Creeping Chill. I think I still want to be on Force of Negation though. So I'm going to go Grave Troll, Stinkweed Imp. Noxious, I guess, at this point. Because I do actually still want this Force of Negation up and rolling. I could have discarded it to increase our clock slightly, but I don't think I care. Bring our Grave Troll back. Hit nothing else. We did hit an Icarid, so it wasn't nothing. But I do want this negations. That's why I'm not pitching the Amalgam there to get 2 into play. I get 1 into play now. I get 1 into play on their end step. Let's get rid of this for the moment. It's just going to come and go, I think, throughout today. The old graveyard. Okay, so opponent just concedes match. Not match, game, sorry. Okay, on the draw and we win is nice. I want some number of Sickening Shoals. I want a Vigor. I want a non-zero number of MBT. I don't need Chalice on the draw. I don't want Thugs. Maybe I don't want Thugs and I don't want Griefs. And that puts me to 59, and then that will get me another Mind Break. 2 negations. Two negations. Yeah, I think 2 negations is fine. Because I'm bringing in 3 Sickening Shoals to fight something. What am I fighting? 2 Sickening Shoals, 3 negations. Max out the blue. No Griefs. 4 Vigors. Triple Trap, triple negation. Well, there goes all my negations. Yeah, we still pitch this though. It's 2 Stinkweeds and 2 negations, which is sad, but you just need cards in hand, cards to filter. cards to play with. Opponent keeps 7. As do I. I've only got a Mind Break Trap. I do have Sickening Shoal to work with here, and we'll see how good that is in a moment. Needles and Cages, typically. We're down to 3 Vigors because of that powder we just had. City. Of Traitors. Tap it and then think for 40 minutes. Mana Crypt, okay. Lodestone Golem. That's a beat. Okay, so turn 1 Lodestone Golem. Hello Force and Negation. Thanks for joining. You are a little late. Let's go Vigor, Amalgam, Shambling Shell. And now we hope we untap, but we may not, because they've resolved a sphere. So they're like Prison, but with Flesh Rakers in it. Patchwork. You got the old Wasteland in there, my man. Some Mox Pearl. Sphere of Resistance. Okay, so I can't cast spells. Do I get to untap with a Bazaar? No, I die. Okay, fine. We're still going to play this out, see if we can get anywhere. Draw step, we dredge a Stinkweed Imp. I hit a Narcomoeba. Narcomoeba brings back an Amalgam. And then I've got Shambling Shell next turn, discarding Stinkweed Imp. And that's just how we play. They've only got 3 mana in play. Everything's taxed by 1. Where are you going? What are you doing? Mana Vault. Pumps the Patchwork. The Patchwork might get annoying. I'm just going to chump the Lodestone for now. Do I take a draw to try and spike a Bazaar? I don't think so. I think I'm supposed to just keep dredging. That's a Narcomoeba. That brings back an Amalgam. Do I want to attack with this Amalgam? No, I want to block with this Amalgam. And then that will be into play on my turn anyway. Let's discard this Stinkweed Imp. Mana Vault and Mana Crypt to trigger. Will that be in play on my turn? No. No, I'm talking nonsense. But I can take 5 and double block the Patchwork if they don't play anything. They've got another Wasteland. I think we take 5. So I fall to 6. I don't bring back. I don't bring back Icarid. I do dredge a Stinkweed Imp. We chill our opponent. We don't attack. We discard Stinkweed Imp. Opponent has lost another Mana Crypt flip. If they find a Golos at any point, we do just lose, but not much we can do about that. No Lodestone Golem in today, so let's eat a Shambling Shell. Let's dredge a Stinkweed Imp. Let's Creeping Chill you. Let's attack for 6. Opponent kind of forced to block in this spot here. Yeah. Opponent just staring, going, where did it all go wrong? Amalgam comes in, swaps places with Amalgam. So I'll have 2 Amalgams in my next turn, and I'll have an Icarid in my next turn. And we just need to fade Golos this turn. And even if they Golos, they've still got this Mana Crypt in play. They're on 2, they're dead on board. Tasty. The power of 1 Bazaar activation, right? We got completely locked out and couldn't play spells. We had to mess around and make sure we blocked well. We got the good value on the patchwork. And then later on, because we're looping those 2 amalgams around, we can trade off everything. So, nice work. I'll see you for the next round. Okie dokie then, round 3, we're up against Chatoon. We've got a powder hand here. I think Chatoon's usually going to be another Prison Shops player, which is not a great matchup for us, and we are on the draw. But we've got 2 Bazaars. No interaction, but we'll see if we get somewhere. Let's see what they're up to. No interaction at all really on the draw here. 3 Narcs gone, 1 Icarid gone. 3 Narcs can be an issue sometimes to get those amalgams back. Anointed Peacekeeper, well, we're dead. So not prison, just pure hatred. Okay, well we get to discard a Grave Troll to hand size and go like that every turn for the rest of this game and see if they can race it. Plays a Sapphire, plays a Emerald. Cool, you got some cards, I agree with that. I've got a Serum Powder. Pass to you, discard a Grave Troll. They've got 2 cards in hand. Looks like an initiative threat, just an Archon, okay. Archon's beautiful, Wasteland's irrelevant. Peacekeeper comes in. We dredge a Grave Troll. We miss, but there is an amalgam there. So we keep going. We take 5 a turn here. At some point I need to hit something. A Narc wouldn't go amiss. Oh no. Another Peacekeeper, sure. Again, not massively impactful. In terms of card text, the impact of this card at the moment is just... it's a 3/3. I've exiled 3 of my Narcomoebas. So, I assume you just name Bazaar Baghdad again in case I make you trade off. Yeah. So, back to me. And I dredge a Grave Troll. And then I take a bunch and I probably die. I've got an Icarid actually. I found an Icarid that time. Let's discard this Grave Troll. 2 amalgams, an Icarid. So if I find, what do I do? I take 8, I go to 4. I don't think I can survive with 3 Icarids missing. I think that kills me. Not 3 Icarids, 3 amalgams. 3, whatever they are, you know what I mean. This card over here, the blue one. Narcomoeba. I don't think I can actually stabilise on this board that quickly. But we're going to see what happens on our Dredge 6. I guess actually I've got access to Creeping Chills, haven't I? Not there, I don't. Okay. Not there. Okay, mono white. Turn 1 Peacekeeper on our no interaction hand is a shame. So we'll bring in these 4 and this one. And then I'll bring in the Mind Break traps. And I'll cut the other blue cards. And then I'll cut a Thug and a Thug, I think. Because then I've got triple trap, a bunch of vigors and a bunch of kill spells, and chalices. So yeah, this is how I'm going to play. Just means you can just dodge that whole question of do I counter this like Mox Pearl or whatever, and you're just more likely to get the payoffs. You can Stone Rain them nicely with the vigors, you can beat their leyline with the vigors, and you can kill all their creatures with the Sickening Shoals. So there we have a quick idea. I would like to play first. I would like to keep my Bazaar at Baghdad hand. Yes, please. Keep this. No leyline from the opponent, no Chancellor trigger from the opponent. So all great things for the home team. But they did keep 7. So it could be a Wasteland heavy hand. and I don't care about Wasteland. I'm going to discard all of the black cards, so we can dredge back up to Stinkweed Imp in a moment to cast our Sickening Shoal with. Let's see what they come with. Am I above? Like, opponent goes Crow Mox, and we're in the same position as usual, right? So Mana Crypt, Black Lotus, Void Mirror, I guess so. I guess that has to do. Ancient Tomb, Lotus for white, lots of white, an Anointed Peacekeeper, okay. Anointed Peacekeeper, borderline, but like obliged to name Sickening Shoal here. And if this 2 mana left over is representing a Containment Priest, then they are golden, and we are pretty close to dead, if not completely dead. Sickening Shoal Priest, fuck me. What does one do? Erase the Mana Crypt with the chills. I've got Mana Crypts and chills. I can't bring anything back. I think so. Okay. You've got that. I've got a Creeping Chill. And this is my life. There's my Creeping Chill. There's another Creeping Chill. Get rid of all of this. Can't cast spells. Draw step, we'll just dredge 5. Find a Narcomoeba. Exile it. Activate this. Stinkweed Imp. Golgari Thug. And then 1, 2, 3 hollow ones have gone. How many chills was that? Just 2. So I can deal them another 6. I need them to lose 2 crypt flips. Thank you, that's 1. They get him for 5. They play a Witch Enchanter tapped. Icarid triggers. Nobody cares. Draw step, dredge a Stinkweed Imp. How many cards have I got? 23, so I can empty my deck whenever I want to. You'll go. Let's hope you lose your crypt flip. You did not. Okay. Opponent gets in for 5. I'm just going to dredge slowly. I'm not in a rush. I'm just... No Icarids for me. Stinkweed Imp. No chills for me. Opponent's turn. They win the crypt flip again. They appear to do nothing again. I take 5, I fall to 9, but I have got 2 chills left in my 18 cards. They have a strip mine. Sure, I'll activate it. 18 cards. I need to land perfectly. Let's just go 3 and 3, I think. Puts me to 12. There's a Creeping Chill. Yes, please. Where are we? My upkeep, I guess. Do I exile the Icarids just because they're annoying? Nope. Nope. This whole plan might just die to Solitude, you know? What did I say? 12 cards. So I'll just dredge a Shambling Shell. I hit my last chill, so over to you, you're at 3. I've got 9 cards left. 1, 2, 3, 4 hollow ones have gone. 1, 2, 3, 4 Noxious Revivals have gone. Yeah. Not much else for us to do here, I don't think. Just watch them roll dice. They lost the flip. Thanks for joining. Okay, on the draw though this time, which makes it harder. Do I want Force of Wills on the draw over Grief? I mean, I don't want Grief. So maybe a couple of Griefs can become Thugs and I'll just rock a couple of Force of Wills. Oh, that's 62 cards. No, my 2 Griefs. Mother... Okay, just a 62 card classic. I'm a big proponent of playing 62 cards in Bazaar decks. It really helps with the maths. Good lord. Opponent chooses to play first. And they begin the game with 7. I hate that for us. There's Powder. There's Mulligan. There's Mulligan. Let's keep this. Putting back Creeping Chill and Narcomoeba. Over to the opponent. Chrome Mox, which I destroy. Because I don't want you to have white mana. Okay. They choose not to exile something. Another Chrome Mox. Perfect. And then this is going to be Ancient Tomb into thing. Mox Emerald. Mox Jet. Oh, it's just an Archon. Okay, thank goodness. I've got a hollow one. You'll go. Ancient Tomb, they're getting for 3. I do need to kill this at some point, or just... I don't know, I've gone through my draw step. That was probably questionable. I'm going to keep this Noxious Revival, because then I can dredge holding the Noxious Revival, and then at some point find my Sickening Shoal. And that will have to do the job. I can't do anything. You attack me for 3. So we dredge slowly here because we want to find Sickening Shoals and stuff. We didn't find one there. So how do I play? So activate, find a Shambling Shell, and a Force of Vigor. And no Sickening Shoals. But I do gain back another combat step. So it's your go. This thing can't attack, just in case I've not explained that. The Archon is just a ghostly prison. This is a race against them finding a threat and me finding something good to do. That's annoying. That can never really attack me. They've named the Bazaar of Baghdad, that's cool. I take 3 in the sky. Crunch, crunch. Life total decreases. We dredge a Stinkweed Imp. We miss again. You'll go. They just had so much mana in this opener, didn't they? And they found another spell. It's a Witch Enchanter, which opens up more attacks, which really fucks us. Draw step, Shambling Shell, miss on chill, miss on everything, take 8 to combat. Okay. Well, so it goes. Cool game though. The Archon, I know I said that's absolutely fine. It is like the least threatening of their hate pieces. It's the one that can sit and play, and you can just gradually come up with a plan to beat. So that's why I was less stressed to see that. Versus Anointed Peacekeeper, which completely shuts us down. Or on the play, Archon of Emiria is not nice to play against because my Bazaar's tapped and then they can wasteland it. Containment Priest obviously just locks out our whole deck for another little while. So the Archon's like a perfectly acceptable hate piece. It's just the nice thing about Archon for our opponent here is that it's good against me and it's very good against mono white. So it's like we had a lot of looks there. How many cards did we go through? 33 cards, and I powdered once, so like, I don't know, 20 something cards in my 62 card deck to find a Sickening Shoal, at which point I can revival it, kill the Archon, and then keep dredging, and they die, sort of thing. And they gave us a lot of turns to look. So that puts us at 1 and 2. Yeah, that's the whole sentence. That puts us at 1 and 2. I'll see you for the next one. Okay, then round 4. We're up against Nathan of the Gilt Leaf, which is quite cool for us. And we're on the play. I don't know what Nathan plays. I'm going to go to 6. I'm going to go to 6. Let's hide a misstep. I think that's my favourite card. And now we'll go to 5. And now we'll go to 4 and be sad. Opponent kept on 6. Mulligan to 4. Yes, please, I'd love to. There's a Bazaar. Keep this. Chill, revival. Yep. So we need to get quite deep if this is going to fly. But let's send. And send. And we've got 2 revivals for Wastelands and Force of Wills and blah blah blah. Opponent has not revealed a lurrus, so we should be pleased about that at least. Opponent has a Workshop, a Soul Ring, we could just die, Mox Sapphire, Time Walk, okay. That's a lot of cards. 2 of our vigors went earlier. I mean, we're not drawing more cards this game, are we really? Let's see what they come with. It's a 1 ring. I am sad. So how do we play? We know where 2 shields are, right? So we're not too stressed about that. There's no point in me bringing the Icarid back. So I can just dredge 4. It's a Narc Amoeba. I didn't miss on dredges, that's a Golgari Grave Troll. I will have the Narc into play, please. Yeah, and then we'll send back to them. And we'll do our dredging on their turn. Because we want to have our chills impact them. I know I've only got 2 left. But they play another Workshop. They pass to me. I've got to go in their main phase, regretfully. Grave Troll. Stinkweed Imp. The reason we go main phase here... Oh, I fucked up here, I should have narked. The reason we go main phase here is if we hit a card with Amalgam, we can then amalgamate. I'm going to try and pick up a Bazaar of Baghdad here. This might get Force of Will because they've not done anything. So yeah, there's a Force of Will pitching Sink into Stupor, and I'll pick up a Bazaar of Baghdad. And the second one gets through. We untap. We pick up an Icarid, eating a Shambling Shell. This triggers an Amalgam for us. We don't dredge, sorry. Now we play this. and we know that the bottom two cards are we know that the bottom cards are like chill, something random, right? Bottom three cards. So there's a chill, there's a stinkweed imp, and a chill. So we know where our last two chills are. So we can try and deal some damage later. We just need to make sure that it's nicely timed. I think I'm just going to do this again though, and just dredge lightly. By lightly I mean I'm going to dredge 11 cards. I get a Narcomoeba. I don't know if I found another amalgam. I did. There's 3 there. Yes please. Bunch of amalgams. And then I've got 2 shambling shells left, so what we can do next turn is dredge 5 on the stinkweed imp. Be safe that we're not going to hit the creeping chill. We know that due to our mulligans, and then if they play a ring we can just kill them with that, and that's if we you know, get to our next turn. So our next turn is just untap dredge 5 with stinkweed imp, and if they have ring protection, pass the turn, dredge 6 using 2 shells, and they die. This is 1 ring. They draw a card. They play a saga. They play a grim monolith. Mox Ruby. They're going ham here. Triple amalgam trigger. Bunch of Icarids trigger. We say no. We say no. We say no. We say no. Dredge step, dredge 5. And there will be no creeping chills. And then we pass the turn to you. I can die to an ancestral here. Does that matter to us? I guess so. I guess that does matter, doesn't it? I guess I still go now though. I think now's better. We activate Bazaar of Baghdad. We dredge a shambling shell. We dredge a shambling shell. That's 2 creeping chills on the stack for you. Do you have your ancestral? You got 1 look for it. In response. Nope, we win. Nice. And that was cool because we plotted that out from mulligans through to conversion. And we knew exactly what we were doing in that last turn cycle and were able to play around the ring. Beautiful stuff. So we want the traps and stuff. And I want the Force of Vigor. I still want the chalices. I think 1 thug, 4 griefs. Sounds fine with this configuration. Let's send it back in. Yeah, no, that was an enjoyable game. Because we always talk about, let's put this on the bottom, and then we know it's there. And then sometimes you forget it's there, and then other times you, you know, mess it up, or you just don't ever get to it. So this is Workshop Soul Ring into the 1 ring. I don't have a blue card, do I? No. Okay. I mean, you've got a 1 ring, I guess. This leaves them with 5 cards in hand, which is pretty decent. And then I don't think we want to be fighting over soul rings. So let's give this an activation and see if we can find a blue card to go with this Force of Will. We can. So Shell, Stinkweed, Amalgam, cast a hollow one. Opponent loves it. Perfect. So they're going to draw 2. They're going to be on 8 cards after their draw step and ring activation, which is kind of tough. But we do have our own Force of Will. We do have our own Force of Vigor as well. They play another Workshop and just slam out a Wormcorn, I guess. Oh, it's a coveted jewel. That's cool. So that happens. We force back. Opponent forces back again, pitching Sink into Stupor. Okay. And then trigger on the stack. This is risky, but I'm going to go for your 2 permanents. You can float some mana, but what this does is it prevents they PO in response. That's why it's risky. Yeah, I was going to say it prevents the metamorphs from copying. So they need to get back to 4 mana. That's Emerald plus Sapphire plus Soul Ring is 4, and that puts them back on the ring. So maybe that Vigor was horrible, but I just wanted to beat the... Oh, Jesus, okay. I just wanted to beat the Metamorphs, but then having the PO is really bad. And then having the Needle is horrendous, and then a Time Walk. Okay, well, I don't think we're winning. So income's Coveted Jewel. We're going to let them chill for a moment just in case they donate us a Coveted Jewel. Because if they do, then I can develop a Serum Powder. Alright, no, we're fucking dead. Okay. You got it, buddy. You got it. So, 4 griefs on the play I think is acceptable. Minus a Thug, minus some revivals. I need one more cut from here. Maybe just a Vigor, I guess. I don't know, Vigor's not been especially fantastic against these guys, has it? Yeah, I think I like Vigor actually, as a shave. I know they're the artifact deck, but I've got 4 griefs and 4 forcibles as well. And if I'm cutting Noxious, my green count's getting more suspect. And I can always dredge onto green. So we powder away our Chalice in one thing, one Creeping Chill. We powder away a Vigor. We powder away another Vigor. So I've got 1 Vigor left in my deck, and then we'll get to 6. Here we go. These are some magic cards. I'm going to keep this 7. I put a card on the bottom, are you serious? What an absolute joke. I feel robbed. So we'll activate the Bazaar first. See what we're working with. I think Amalgam, Grief. No. Amalgam, Icarid, is that right? Amalgam, Icarid, I guess. Sure. We'll cast a Hollow one, and then we'll pass the opponent. I'm gonna... Maybe Bazaar was better. Maybe Bazaar was a better discard, because then I get to grief them. Workshop. Soul Ring. It'd be cool if one day they didn't have the One Ring. What's going on? Okay. I don't have many cards in my deck. I won't do this. I'm just going to take a draw step. Icarid doesn't really work here. Let's play a Bazaar and pass the turn. Because I can't grief. They draw 2, they go back up to 9 cards in hand. Two Creeping Chills have gone, which means our burn plan is questionable. We do just need to deal some damage at some point. Not fond of that. I'm not fond of drawing that either. Okay. You have a Grafdigger's Cage then, I guess. A Trinosphere. Oh, I had another activation to look for Misstep. Sure, I guess that's the whole thing. So these don't work anymore. This is going to be a long road home. What can I ever do? with these cards in my hand. I just dredge 4, right? Hollow ones, that was what I could have done. Well, that's all of my hollow ones. I wish I had brain power. Do I want to activate a Bazaar for any reason? Opponent takes 2, they go to 13. I've got 1 chill left in my deck. They draw 3. I just don't see this happening. One, two, three, 4. That's 5 mana they tried to tap there. They cast a Mox Pearl. They play an Otawara. They cast a One Ring. Okay. I feel like I fucked up a few times in this game. Like not activating for the misstep was horrendous. I would have missed, but it is in my deck. They're under the ring protection, so we'll leave them out as they are now. Remember, I can only burn for 3 as well this game. They draw 2. They find the worm coil. It's covered to jewel. Okay. Academy taps the jewel, makes a metamorph. Metamorph copies jewel. Okay. Do I know where my creeping chill is? Is it the bottom card? I think it might be. This is another metamorph. They've got a coveted jewel. Yeah, not activating for misstep was horrific. And then I could have picked up an Icarid earlier and had a prized amalgam. That would have hit them once. They would be at 7. This One Ring might be scary. But now they've just got 16 cards in their hand and more mana than I can actually count to. I can't actually count that high. So another metamorph. I can assume I can empty my deck from here. 9. No, not quite. They cast Tinker, sacking the One Ring to find a manifold key to cast a Time Vault to win the game. There's nothing in play that kills them and hurts them, so good games, Nathan. Well, we're getting handily demolished today in the old challenge. Nice 1 and 3 at the moment. You'd love to see it. We're up against our opponent. I've powdered some cards away. Good, there was no Bazaar in there. Let's mulligan to 6. And now we'll go to 5. Opponent's taking a pause as well. Maybe they're just looking at my powder cards. They're at 6. I'm at 5. I've got a Bazaar. I've got a Grief. Icarid Amalgam. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 on the right. Keep this. And then Narc Icarid or Icarid Narc? So I'm pitching an Icarid. Or am I pitching Narcomoeba? Let's do Narcomoeba Icarid. Say Dunzito. Opponent's on 6 cards. They reveal a chance of the annex. Okay, so mono white again. Okay. So I'm going to play Bazaar and activate. I'm going to discard these 3 cards, and then we need to have a talk. Because Anointed Priestkeeper and Archon of Emeria are so annoying. Archon's not annoying. Peacekeeper is annoying. I don't have a Dredger. So if I don't have a Dredger, I can put an Amalgam into play. I think I want to cast Hollow One and then grief them. Yep, that happens. Okay, I continue to say no, thank you, Magic Online. And now I grief. I think grief is better. If I get wasted, I probably lose, but no Wasteland, just Peacekeepers, no Mox Pearl for you then, I guess. No Mox Pearl for you then, I guess. We could do with them missing a land drop. Mox Sapphire. Mox Ruby. You can't do anything. Perfect. Icarid happens, so we flip for Dredgers and Amalgams. We find Dredger, no Amalgam. We eat grief, trigger an Amalgam. We dredge 5. We find a Creeping Chill and a bunch more shit. Okay, cool. So we should be... We've got 3 Dredgers and another Icarid off that dredge 5. That was ridiculous. That's so good. Amalgam's in play. 2 Icarids. I don't care about your Peacekeeper now. You're just dead. Yep. And then, same as we did before, I think Sickening Shoals and a Vigor. All the forces, couple of thugs. Triple trap. And then ship this in. I think I like that. Chill and 2 hollow ones is sad. 2 chills, wow. I do have a grief though. Okay. This is the life we live. Mox Pearl again. And Cavern of Souls. So they've got Containment Priest. They name Cleric, perfect. So they name Containment Priest, but they don't name Bazaar of Baghdad, which I do quite like. I've got Sickening Shoal here. So Icarid, Amalgam, Stinkweed Imp. This was a phenomenal activation. That was so insane. That was just so insane, that activation. So I'm going to grief you. You're going to play a Containment Priest. Your Containment Priest is going to die, and my graveyard is stocked to fuck. Cool, you've got that. My grief happens. You've got Chrome Mox, Witch Enchanter, White Plume Adventurer. I'm just going to take your White Plume Adventurer. Just get rid of their clock. And then they should go Ancient Tomb, Witch Enchanter, kill my Chalice, I hope. That's the plan at least. Take 2. No, I think I'll just kill it now. Wasteland was the draw. Okay, I should just win here. They should just die. Let's Noxious the Bazaar. I'm not playing around future. Containment Priests. Icarid triggers. I have a grief. That makes an Amalgam. Draw step, we say no thank you. But then we play our Bazaar and we dredge a bunch because we want to get things in before this Amalgam happens. So that's another Amalgam. I don't have many Creeping Chills. We need them to miss Containment Priest here, I think. 3 chills have gone. This Amalgam triggers, so I get 1 Amalgam in. We're just going to pressure their Containment Priest if that's what they've got. But their Containment Priest will beat this prized Amalgam that's on its way in. They don't have it. Let's pass priority. Eat a grief. Eat a shambling shell. Dredge 5. I'm just passing priority because then my Narcomoebas are safe as well. And now they take 12. And I can't imagine they're alive. I've got one chill left in my deck. Yeah, sure, you can go. You need too much. Like Tabernacle, Containment Priest. Yeah, I can't imagine it. I can't see a way back for them here. And we win. Perfect. That was good hands backed up with phenomenal luck, and then our opponent having just one piece of hate, right? They top decked the Wasteland. Game 1 we just locked them out of white and they never got to play. Game 2 we had everything. We had everything ever. So cool game. Let's see you in the next one. Okie dokie then, sixth and final round. We're up against Lucas Giggs. We're on the play. We've got no Bazaar. I don't know what Lucas is on. I thought he was going to be on lurrus. They just had a very long match against Danielaikos, who has, I think, always played Esper lurrus. We are on the play. We are on 5. Okay. Opponent has kept on 7. They love what they see. We get a mulligan. We get a powder. I'm going to keep a chill and a powder in my deck. And I find the Bazaar. Okay. So let's keep this and give it a spin. Cool. We've got everything we need. We can protect our Bazaar. We can protect our Noxious, which protects our Bazaar. We can not die. Yeah, lots of good things to write home about, really. If I move that, the cards don't get bigger, do they? No. Okay, opponent's got 8 cards in hand then. Nothing revealed, no lurrus, no Chancellor, no nothing. So I think here I'm very interested in slow dredging to start if I've got a Bazaar of Baghdad in play. Just keep up this revival Force of Will Narc hand. No Icarid, I imagine. Just keep these 3 cards, be happy with our life, and go from there. Okay, opponent packs it in. They are off of it, so is Modo. I wonder if I'll be allowed to move sideboarding. So how do you go into blind? Something like Vigor, Negation, Trap, and just cut 4 griefs on the draw. Vigor, Negation, Trap. Maybe a Chalice for a trap. Just fight combo like this, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to do it blind in the dark on the draw. Siding like this leaves us exposed to creatures, but I think we are chill as we are. I think we can lose to creatures. I'm happy to lose the draw to mono white and then take the play on game 3 because I think that matchup's close, but if I win the die roll I'm good sort of thing. It's a real 50-50 matchup, whoever goes first sort of thing is roughly how I see that matchup. I don't know if that's true, but you know how it is. So yeah. Okay, on the draw, and we've got a powder. Lucas keeps 7. We keep 7. Do you have a ley line? Looks like it, yep. Okay, so opponent's on 6 now. Let's see how good their hand is after that. They've got Mishra's Workshop, a Mana Vault, into a Golos Tireless Pilgrim, which I will counter. I will pitch a Mindbreak Trap. Mox Ruby is fine. And it's back to me. I could have trapped that, but I'm going to get to draw into Force of Wills in a sec. So we're obviously looking for Force of Vigors. We've got 4 of them. They're probably holding a wasteland, or maybe their Golos was the way to a wasteland. But it's unlikely that this trap's ever going to be on again, so maybe I should have trapped the Ruby. But it's just, you do that and then you feel like an absolute knob when they go, like, Ruby, you trap it, and then they go Emerald Needle, something like that. So we get nothing for our troubles. So let's just discard some cards. I'm going to get rid of the Icarid, I'm not sure if that's good. But we're definitely behind. Opponent's got 4 mana in play. And I don't think 1 a turn's going to cut it. So Prison Shops is pretty bad for us. That's another Workshop. That's another Golos. That finds a Strip Mine. That means my Bazaar dies next turn. They might just go straight to a Saga. So would I sideboard differently knowing this? Not massively, to be honest, right? Maybe I keep the Chalice. They've got a Tabernacle at Pendle Vale. How strange. You're not scared of my Bazaar of Baghdad. Does that mean you've just already got the Strip Mine? I'm going to hold my Bazaar just in case this one survives. Then I've got more discards. So opponent's got to pay the 1 on the Ruby. Which means going after Leyline Ruby if they don't produce a mana source is quite tech. They go to 18, they've got 2 cards, they come in for 3. Crunch crunch. I go to 16. We chill. We activate Bazaar. We find nothing good. What's our threat count looking like? So I'd just be killing with Icarids anyway because I can't kill that Tabernacle. So I think I'll come off of the Mental Misstep. 2 Force of Wills. So if I come off the Misstep, then no, maybe I'll just come off the Bazaar. No, I'll come off a Noxious, I think. Hold a Dredger. I can only kill with Icarids anyway. There's 1 gone, which means I've got 3 Icarids and 4 Chills to kill with. Opponent's got to pay with Ruby. Mana Vault hurts them. They take 1. They've got an Ancient Tomb. And they attack for 3. So now the Tabernacle, killing the Ruby doesn't do anything. So now we just kill the Golos. So that's 1 less chill to kill with, but I think that's fine. Let's come off Chill, Thug, Misstep. Why did I do that? I want to get rid of the hollow one. Chill, Thug, Misstep is horrible. So if I go up and down, yeah, I think I do. Find a Vigor already. There we go. Pass the turn to you. You pay with Ruby. We wait to see what you do. We kill everything. But on their end step, they've got 3 cards in hand. They have a Wasteland. They come in for 3, I fall to 10. And now we've got some costs. Tezzeret. Interesting. Okay. Tezzeret goes down to to find a Vexing Bauble, I presume. Tezzeret's cool. Find a Vexing Bauble. Let's have a workshop for a Vexing Bauble. We'll kill Golos and Leyline. Nice of them to tap their Wasteland for us, because then we get 2 good activations. Upkeep will go. We find a Dredger immediately. And then we'll just do a bunch of dredging. I've not got many cards left, just 30 on that second Bazaar activation. Dredge 5 here. I do have an Icarid there. I've got 2 Icarids there, so that's cool. Because if I can get through this turn without Tezzeret going down, then I'll be able to get ahead of the cage. Opponent takes 1. Anything works here for them, any spell. I need them to have 2 lands in play. 1, 2, 3, 4. That just finds a cage on its own, doesn't it? One chill gone. So I can do E9. They find a Grafdigger's Cage. Okay. They untap the Mana Vault, so I can do E9 and you never take damage again. Brutal shit. So I obviously managed to mill all 4 of my dredgers. So no Icarids. How do I want to play? I guess I just dredge a Shambling Shell. Chill you twice. And do I take draw sets for revivals? 1, 2, 3, 4. That won't work because there are no revivals. So I think I'm just dead. I can't cast spells. I can't do any more chills. 1, 2, 3 chills. I can do 1 more chill. Likelihood of opponent tapping this Ancient Tomb is next to 0. They've untapped their Mana Vault. They wasteland my Bazaar of Baghdad. And then they play a Mishra's Workshop. So we are just locked here. It's really hard to come up with a way that my opponent kills himself. They're not even allowed to play Mana Vault through Vexing Bauble. So I can't play Hollow Ones. I can't bring Icarids in. I'm 1 Creeping Chill short. Okay, good game. Good game. We don't need to watch the rest. So I want Griefs, and I want Chalice on the play, and then I want to cut a couple of Thugs. Maybe I want to cut a Mindbreak Trap or 2, or 3. Lean on Griefs and Chalice of the Void. Maybe Chalice is bad, but hey ho, we are where we are. This hand's great, I'll keep it. I mean, it's great. I need a Dredger and I need to beat a Wasteland, but they're not going to kill me too quickly, and they don't have a Leyline, which means they've probably got quite a powerful hand to work with. Let's discard Icarid, Negation, Vigor, and Grief you. Maybe. So we get our Grief in. Let's see how many Wastelands they've got. 1 Wasteland, Glaring Fleshraker, Pithing Needle, Black Lotus. I take one of these threats. I get wasted. I misstep the needle. I force the other threat. And I top deck a Bazaar of Baghdad. I think that's good. The only thing is they can play everything through also playing a Wasteland. So they've got a Lotus. I could not counter Tezzeret. Tezzeret comes in on what? Comes in on... Jesus, wept. Yeah, no, I'm counting Tezzeret. I can't kill that many counters. So BBB. Makes Tezzeret. Tezzeret we counter. Because now they've got no threats. Now they play a Ruby. Yeah. And then they cast a Pithing Needle, which gets countered. And then they play a Wasteland. And they Wasteland me. And now we know about Ancient Tomb in 1. Okay. Icarid, I don't think so. Ancient Tomb, back to me, back to you, Tolarian Academy, back to me, Grief, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, okay. I think top decking a Bazaar is far more likely than getting to 7 and then winning. Ancient Tomb, top decks a Golos, fuck me dead. Pretty horrific, really, in terms of top decks. The reason I griefed was because they only had 4 mana. They found a Tabernacle at Pendule Vale, no one cares. I get Force of Negation. I'm surprised they're getting Tab all these times and not just get an Urza Saga and win. Do I want to deal damage? I think I will deal a little bit, just, you know, just a nudge. Rah. Help them along their way. Opponent pays with Ruby again, same shit as last game. They've got 6 mana, I can fight over something that's going to kill me. But they might just be on the attack for 3 plan. And tap the Academy, tap that stuff. Looks like a Worm Coil. There's a Golos, sure. You untap your Golos. Get what? Saga? Caracas, right. Icarid I can't do because Golos is in the way. Noxious Revival, we'll pick up a Bazaar of Baghdad. That's cool for me. We want to wait though, because otherwise the opponent's just going to pick up, put down, and get a Wasteland, you know. Maybe that's good actually, maybe that's good if they get a Wasteland. Grafdigger's Cage, well, no but thank you for offering. And then they can not Caracas, pick up, put down now without not attacking. Which means they'd be willingly taking 3 off of my Icarid. So we might just find they don't attack here. Unless they're holding a land. I go to 8. Opponent passes, they've got 1 card in hand. I pick up Bazaar. I pick up Icarid. I draw Bazaar of Baghdad. I play Bazaar of Baghdad because I want you to get Wasteland, not Paducah Bog. And then I attack for 3. And now your pick up put down plan is a bit of a struggle because of my because of your ancient tombs. But we can just chill here so that they can't get a bog. Both players on 6. I didn't realise I was so low. But they're running low on mana and life points themselves. I don't know if they'll attack here. They do attack. Okay. So Golos hits me to 3. Post combat, what do you do? Sapphire's annoying. Picks up Golos with Caracas. 2, 3, and 2. Okay, so I need to do something. What do you tutor? Bajuka Bog, yeah. Fine. So I go to 3. End step, I'm just going to flip some cards over. I do find a Dredger. How many chills have we used? 1. I can just Dredge. So Shambling Shell, Golgari Thug. I've got a Stinkweed Imp which needs to hit a Narcomoeba or 2 Creeping Chills. Hits none of those things and I die. Well, that was sad. 2-4, we get battered all day. This game was kind of close, right? I got that last activation. I've just dredged 7 plus 5. Just dredged 12 cards and hit 0 narcs, 0 creeping chills. 1 creeping chill draws me a turn. 1 Narcomoeba finds me a turn. Yeah, that's sad. Sad way to end. I can't remember what I played against. It's 11:30. It's been a really slow challenge. But I don't know. The games were good. We didn't win many of them, but I think they were good and representative. I don't feel like any were like particularly egregious losses or wins. I'm not sure why we got Tabernacle so much in this matchup. That's what's mystifying me at the moment. But, you know, hey ho. Maybe that was not this game, but game 2. I could have played more aggressively on my second Bazaar and activating that faster to find my vigors faster. But I was quite happy with the cards I had in my hand and the pace of play. They weren't really going anywhere. Or at least it felt like they weren't. But yeah, no. Cool challenge. We go 2 and 4. And we will see you all again soon. Take care. Adios. Bye.